So I just wanted to show you at the end, guys, the workshop that we've just been doing. So I've got a load of guys, girls, all scaping like these little nano cubes, kind of under guidance from myself and the staff here in store. Absolutely fantastic atmosphere, everyone's getting involved. They all take these little scapes home with them, which I think is fantastic. And then this is the ADA 60p that I scaped as part of the workshop. So really pleased with it, it's come out really nice, lots of detail work on this one. And the guys are going to grow it in hopefully really nice for me. And who knows, maybe next year I can come back and do an update video. Hi everyone, George here. So excited to be here in Madrid in Spain. So excited to show you around some beautiful display tanks, really beautiful plants, hardscape. Yeah, just join me on the journey. I really hope you like this one. Give me a thumbs up if you do, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments, guys. Pay attention throughout the video. Let me know which is your favourite escape and more importantly why. So let's take a look around. So here we are at PZES. Just to let you guys know, this is a voiceover because the background noise was pretty insane. So just going to talk you through while we have a little look around. So this is the dojo, the scaping dojo area. I think every aquascaping store, every aquatic store should have one of these. And this is a beautiful hardscape composition that the owner, Ethicwell, has created. And you can see some templates here. These are a regular size aquarium, so you can scape as appropriate. Loads of dry goods, CChem, ADA, JBL. These are beautiful, aren't they? Look at these little webby coozers with the Kessel lighting there. And I do like the Kessels, give us really nice point source lights. Spectrum's ideal for these plants, of course. You can see how healthy they look. And these webby coozers are getting really popular now, and it's a really nice way to introduce a little slice of nature in your home without costing the earth. You know, very low maintenance, obviously no need for filtration or CO2 or expensive lighting, and just a very simple, cheap, low maintenance way to bring nature in your home, which I think is really important in this day and age. You know, with modern society, we're all connected to our phones, and it's nice to kind of disconnect from this, you know, modern stressful life, and be surrounded a little bit more by nature. There's a mural here at the back. This is painted by a local artist, I believe. Beautiful use of colours. And again, just showing you the extensive range of dry goods. PZES is a 300 item ADA stockist, which means they stock pretty much every ADA product available. We've got Eheim filtration there, JBL test kits and filter media. Everything that you would really need as an aquascaper. One of my favourite parts of the store, any aquascaping store, is the hardscape selection, and we've got some beautiful examples here. Beautiful rocks, I'm not sure what that is on the top left. This is maple leaf rock, we call this in the UK. We've got some black lava there at the top right, or Unzenstone as ADA call it. Lots of dragonstone, we've got some Frodo stone from our friend Adam Pascella, and some black Siriu, they call it, or black mini landscape, which is similar to the usual mini landscape, but it has a more of a darker finish. And then some regular mini landscape, or Siriu, or Ryu as well it's known as. And then some more, looks like Frodo maybe. And then we have some Redmore root there on the left, some regular kind of driftwood. Really, really good selection here at PZES, sport for choice. Really like these containers as well that are holding the hardscape, look beautiful. Here's a display, this ADA light screen, we'll show you that right at the end of the film in more detail. The light isn't actually on at the moment. And then some more beautiful examples of Redmore roots. Some larger pieces here, obviously for larger aquariums. This is the 60p that I'll be scaping later. And then let's take a look at the livestock. It's really great to see that all the livestock aquariums have plants in, and this creates a more healthier environment for the fish, helps with the filtration, the fish feel more secure and safe, water quality be improved, so it does really make sense. And actually the the plants in their pots, so all ready for sale as well. So it doubles up as a plant holding facility. Although PZES does have an amazing bespoke refrigerated system as well, which we'll show you later also. Some beautiful cherry shrimp here for sale. All the tanks are individually filtered, which I'm a huge fan of. This prevents any potential cross-contamination. If you do, unfortunately, might find a disease in one aquarium, you can just treat that one aquarium rather than having to treat the whole system, which can be a little bit wasteful. So yes, I've visited hundreds of stores over the years, and hand on heart can say the stores with where the tanks are individually filtered, the fish seem to be a lot healthier and is showing more colour. You've got some beautiful black phantom tetras here amongst some tropica potted plants. Moving over to the next tank, glow light tetras, some flame tetras by the look of it, bloodfin tetras, so all aquascaping friendly fish here at PZES, and looking really healthy, really well fed. This is great. This is actually an aquascapes holding tank for the fish. So we've got some really nice sized cardinal tetras there mixed with some angelfish and a really beautiful iwagumi style aquascape. So the fish are for sale, but also in an aquascape tank, which is pretty unique actually in an aquascaping store. So hats off to PZES. Filtration there, I think this is the new Sea Chem Tidal hang on the back filters. Looking very effective. I've never actually used hang on the back. I think I've only ever used one hang on the back filter back in the day. In fact, if you go right back to my YouTube catalogue, I think the first ever video I produced was of a 10-litre nano tank, and that had a hang on the back filter. And as far as I can remember, that's the only time I've ever used them. So let me know in the comments, guys, do you use hang on the back filters? I know they're more popular in the States, not so popular in the UK for some reason. Beautiful Vallisneria Nana here. One of my favourite Vallises actually. I'm not usually a big fan of Vallis because it tends to really take over an aquarium quite quickly and is quite high maintenance. The leaves get really long and you can't really trim the leaves as you can with normal plants, so I tend to avoid Vallis, but I do like the Nana, and if I ever did use a Vallis, it would be the Nana. Pentazona barbs, check out the colours on these. And just as a sort of bit of information for you guys, I'm filming this entirely on my iPhone XR and editing it on my XR and doing everything from my iPhone. So I didn't bring my MacBook with me, and it just shows that, you know, with a good quality phone you can produce some really nice content. So nothing to stop you guys maybe from starting your own channel. Got a decent phone, get a gimbal, get a little microphone, and away you go. Really easy. Anyway, I'm digressing, aren't I? Maybe going back to the old rambling style, as we all sort of know and love now. So some more fish in here. Got some rainbow fish, black neons. I think you'll agree the fish are looking all really super healthy, all really well fed, which is great to see. Plants are looking great. It's great to see the plants in these sort of tanks, but in the long term they can kind of suffer. So I would suggest that PZES have a high turnover of plants, so they don't get a chance to kind of get infested with any algae, etc., or poor plant growth if they're not being kept in dedicated systems. Lit with, looks like RGB LEDs there to bring out really nice colours. I think this is an under kind of overlooked aspect to selling fish in stores. They're often not lit very well, and you really want to kind of bring out the best in the fish. You know, the fish need to look great for the customers, so why not invest in decent lighting? Some Harlequin Resboras there, some dwarfed gouramis, all looking, like I said, really healthy. The tanks are really well maintained, not a scrap of algae on the glass, really nice systems. Yeah, just a really lovely store. Love the way that the tanks are individually filtered. It's going to be higher maintenance, this style of holding aquariums. You know, centralised filters are very popular for bigger stores where they've got hundreds of selling tanks, and it makes economical sense to do that. But, you know, for smaller stores, I would definitely recommend doing the individually filtered sort of system. As promised, here's the dedicated plant holding system. Loads of Tropica 1-2 grow there. These are all kept at appropriate temperature, probably around 16 Celsius, I would suggest, is the best kind of optimum temperature to keep plants. Stops them from going too quickly, but also makes them keeps them fresher for longer. So a lot of these plants will be used later for the workshop, which I'm doing, and a really big fan of the 1-2 grow, if you didn't know, represent really good value for money. Okay, now for the most exciting, arguably, part of the store, the beautiful display scapes. Here we've got a Terrarium style. The guys let me know this was just like a bit of an experiment really to see what plants they could grow, but I think you'll agree it looks amazing. We've got the Kessel lighting on there, that's the A160 WE Tuner Sun. We've got the water cascading down there, so much emergent plant growth. Some terrestrial plants, some aquatic plants, some semi-aquatic. Two kind of long, thin, shallow aquariums joined together. Loads of beautiful wood and just a real complex mix of textures. Mosses there dripping down with the water, just looks so natural. You know, if you get up close to this, it's, you know, you can almost get lost and think you're in some sort of jungle. I really love this effect, just so natural looking, and it's given me a lot of inspiration for my own Dua Terra 60, which hopefully I'll get around to setting up fairly soon. But just stunning, absolutely love this. One of my favourite displays in the whole store. And pay attention to this next section, guys, because I know at the end, you know, I'd really like to hear your thoughts. What's your favourite scape and why? It's really interesting to hear what you guys think and hear what your tastes are, etc. So here we've got another kind of terrarium setting here in an enclosed aquarium. Moving over to this big scape here on the left. So we've got like a corridor of tanks along here, so a little bit tricky to film because I have to get quite close to the tanks, but I'll do my best. Here we've got a nano tank here, beautiful, I think it's Hemianthus glomeratus, used to be known as Micranthemum, Micranthemoides, ADA, Aquasky lights, Tropica CO2 system there, the nano system. A beautiful lush plant growth. And then moving over to the left, we have almost like a jungle style, I would suggest. Got some bloodfin tetras, some white cloud mountain minnows, some beautiful angelfish. Let's take a closer look at these angels. They're absolutely stunning. Just check them out. Look at the colours. I think this is the Terraphyllum scalare manica Peru. Let me know in the comments if you know of any difference. But I just look at the gill plates. Got this beautiful kind of green, bluey, iridescent effect, and this red coloration on the finnage. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Really healthy, really engaging. And I'm not adjusting any colours, guys, on this video. This is literally straight from my phone, just using the inbuilt camera and the basic iMovie editing software. So it's literally as basic as we can get. But you could just see how colourful and healthy everything looks. Just so impressive. This is so inspirational, this one. This is a Dua H36 Terra. This is exactly the same model as I've got at home. And it's so inspiring to see. If I can create anything as beautiful as this, anywhere near as beautiful as this, I'll be a very happy man. Just look at those textures, look how natural it looks. We've got a black water setting in the aquatic section in the bottom of the aquarium, so like a paludarium style. Using, looks like almond leaves, got a soil substrate, loads of twigs, and it's given us this tannin effect, which is great for the fish. I think there's some gouramis in there and other black water loving fish. So let's take a look. Let's go down this corridor again and move on over to we're going right, yes. So twin star lighting on this one. Oh, we've got another, this is the mini complete tank. You can see how big it is. This is my hand for scale. So tiny little thing, great sense of scale here. I'm not sure who scaped it, whether it was Ethiquel or Johnny, but yeah, beautiful. Look at this, look at the complexity of this. This is like a diorama style. Really popular aquascaping style now, with the fine use of twigs and complex textures with the red maple leaf rock, epiphyte plants, and it's becoming like a real trendy style of aquascaping. This, not necessarily my favourite style. It's not something I would necessarily do myself at home. I'm more of a fan of the classic nature aquarium, where we're using bolder hardscape in terms of its textures. I'm relying more on the plants to create the impact, but I think you'll agree it's still stunning regardless, and really great use of skill. Iwagumi style here, really bold use of the mini landscape rock or Sirius stone. I think this is a Dua Terra 30, which is again what I've got at home, which I'm going to escape for Nimrod, my better fish. And here's the Dua Terra 30, which is again obviously another Dua product. Great kind of paludarium style, but much smaller footprint of 30 centimeters or 12 inches on a cube footprint, square footprint. We've got some terrestrial plants there growing out the top, some emergent aquatic plants as well with the mosses, etc. Really love this going out the top kind of style. Just so inspirational. It's all about bringing nature indoors, and the guys here at PZES have just really nailed it with such a beautiful range of aquascapes. You know, they've got something for every taste, I would suggest. Here we've got some, there's another Iwagumi style minimal planting. Let's move on over to the left again. What have we got here? Iwagumi style. This was, I think, aquascape by Fukada-san, who is one of the world's leading aquascapers. He's won the IOPLC contests twice, 2 years running, which is unheard of, never been repeated. And I think they changed the plants in here, but the hardscape there, the rock composition is still the same. Beautiful use of the green neon tetras there, contrasting really well with the rocks. Love this. This is escape by Johnny. Beautiful Iwagumi, really strong striata lines there, converging into the centre. I would suggest diorama style almost, with the use of the wood as well. Beautiful stem plants in the background, ADA lighting, and got some stainless steel filter pipes there on the left. Not a big fan of it. I think I prefer glass to stainless steel, but glass obviously needs cleaning more frequently. But I would argue that if you can see the dirt, that's a good thing. It means you have to clean it. So maybe if you had the stainless steel, you wouldn't clean them so much, and then you might start seeing a reduction in flow, etc. But yeah, beautiful scape. Now this is stunning. Probably one of the most skilled aquascapes in the store, I would say. Interesting use of the twin star light there, which has been actually mounted at an angle to illuminate the aquarium. And then we've got two Kessel A360Xs in the background as well. So super high lighting on this tank. And you can see like the pink kind of purple rendition there. I think that's been produced by a combination of the twin star lights and also the plant choice. There's a lot of red in the plants as well. And the dragonstone tends to have a little bit of a reddy tinge to it too. Green tiger barbs, which are a beautiful contrast actually to this sort of pinky colour, and just the attention to detail with the hardscape, absolutely stunning diorama style. I really like this. Like I said before, not a huge fan of diorama, but I can certainly appreciate the technicalities and the skill that have been executed in this beautiful layout. Okay, moving on up to, I didn't realise at the time of filming, but Ethiquel showed me this sort of kind of super secret special room, where I think this is this huge tank on the left, which I'll show you in a second. Here is, I think this is an ADA 120p, lit with two ADA solar RGBs. Absolutely stunning. Look at this. Beautiful composition, lovely wood, lovely use of stem plants. I'm not usually a big fan of stem plants in my own scapes. They tend to grow fast and need frequent trimming, and having so many tanks to look after, and obviously with a busy schedule as well with my usual day-to-day work, I tend to use slower growing stuff. But when I see scapes like this, it really does make me want to try out stem plants and maybe have at least one scape at home which is high energy with stems. Let me know what you think. Maybe we do something like that in the Aquascape 600 before we go into like a bit of a biotope series. Let me know what you think, guys. Always interested to know what your thoughts are. So we've got green neon tetras there. I think is that some sort of, I'm not sure what the other tetra is actually. It looks like maybe ruby tetras. I'm not entirely sure. Do apologise. But I think you'll agree, this is an absolutely stunning scape. Probably one of my top 3 in the store. Let me know, guys, what you think. Which is your favourite? Like I said before, always interested to know what your thoughts are. Okay, let's move over to this 180. So this is a 6 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, or 180 centimeters by 60 by 60. I think this was Ethiquel's entry into the most recent ILPLC contest. He has agreed to let me film it. Some people are a bit, careful about what they make public before the results come out, but he was happy for me to release this. So very happy to share it with you guys, and probably has to be my favourite escape in the store. The sheer size of it, the overall composition, use of Hardscape, perfectly composed. Fish choice is amazing with the lemon tetras, probably the most healthy lemon tetras I've ever seen. Great size, great colour, and just a fine example of what you can achieve in a glass box. Just look at that use of that pathway, just looks amazing, doesn't it? The textures, the colours, attention to detail, absolutely stunning. In fact, I had some lunch with Ethiquel, and there's actually an armchair sort of facing this tank, and after lunch I just sat there and just sort of chilled out, and I ended up just chilling out so much I had a little post-lunch nap, which is actually quite fine in Spain. They do tend to have a siesta, so embracing the culture, shall we say, by having a little afternoon nap prior to my workshop, which is very helpful to regain some energy. So here we have just a hardscape layout here, beautiful use of dragonstone and some redmore root by the look of it. And then we have this interesting cylindrical scape here. Not really seen many of these before. Let me know what you think, guys. Is it something that you might be interested in at home, having a cylinder tank? Lit with a Kessel again there, with some emergent plants, terrestrial plants. Beautiful. I just wanted to show you this little wall of fame, if you like, with Ethiquel's framed some photos of himself taken with other aquascaping guys. There's one of me and Ethiquel together. This is from probably about 2-3 years ago now, when I first visited Ethiquel. My other half was working in Madrid, and this is how we developed a relationship. And actually the workshop I'm doing today is my 4th for Ethiquel. So great guy, great store, I think you'll agree. So that's it, guys. Just have a little walk out of the store. I just wanted to say thanks to Ethiquel for hosting me, and it's been so great to provide a workshop to the store and to the new aquascapers. Really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Like I said before, let me know in the comments what's your favourite scape and why, and give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. And if you're a new subscriber, really appreciate it, and hit that notification bell and you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. You take care, keep on scaping. Cheerio.
Sí, es que llevan un par de añitos ya ahí se todo. Caracoles